Hi guys, this is Shiru from the family kitchen. Today I have an easy peasy recipe of doing margarita. This is my own version of doing it, and I'll walk you through the ingredient of what I'm gonna be using. Up here you can see my watermelon cut in half. I already prepared it and I cut it in cubes. I have my orange juice, a require that's a vodka. I have an empty glass. I will be using the blender. This is syrup, just regular water with some white sugar. I have a plate here with white sugar and I have a sieve. That's all about my ingredients, and the only thing we're gonna do is to show you how I do it, and this is my own way of doing it. If you want to try this recipe, please let me know, and don't forget to subscribe on my videos. I need y'all, please subscribe it. So let's do the first step. It's very easy, you can't even believe it. So let's do it. So the first step is only to take my watermelon already cut in cubes. I don't want to use the other half which I already cut in half. That's it to keep for another recipe. So I'll use only what I did cut, and I'll blend this. I'll just, as you can see in my blender, there is nothing because the watermelon has its own juice. That is what I'm gonna be using to blend it. It's already fresh, so I like using fresh watermelon as I do this margarita. So I'll blend this and I'll show you the next step. So I want to show you I already blend my juice. I didn't make a lot of margarita because it's just mine. So this already blended, as you can see, is in here. This is the watermelon, no extra ingredient, no water, no nothing, because the watermelon has its own juice. So what I gotta do, I'm gonna use my sieve. I'll take it out and I'll use a sieve to sieve it. So this is my sieve, and I'll drain it through to this cup already, which had the watermelon on it, and I'll show you how I do it. So I want to add my watermelon through this sieve, and I want to sieve any extra maybe seeds or something. I don't want them to go through my juice. So I'll just let this run through and I'll show you when it's done so we can go to the next step. So as you can see, I already see on my watermelon. So in here you can see already rinse on my blender. So the last thing to do in this recipe, it's only to add everything together. So what I'm gonna do, I'll take my sieved watermelon, I'll put it back on my blender, and I'll add my vodka. If you're not alcoholic, you don't need to do this. So for me, I want to add a little bit because I happen to come across this vodka, and I thought it's okay for me to share with you using the vodka or any liquor. But because I don't want to get in trouble, I stole a little bit from my husband's. So it's okay. So it's better for me to get in trouble, but I share what I got with y'all. So I'll blend this. I already added my vodka, I added my orange juice, and I'll blend this, and then I'll add a little bit of syrup. So it depends with how sweet you want your margarita to be. It's up to you, but my watermelon already tasted it. It's very sweet, so I'll just add a little bit of syrup. So I'll blend this and I'll show you the next step. So I already blend this. I already blend my vodka, my orange juice, and the only thing remaining is only I'm gonna add a little bit of syrup because I want to have a little bit of sweetness. So I'll add my syrup. This is just regular water with some sugar. I'll add a little bit of it, not a lot, not a whole lot, but just a little bit. So I'll blend it and then to be ready to be served. And I hope my husband don't realize I stole a little bit of vodka, so it's okay. So we're gonna do this and I'll show y'all the next step. So in here I already blend my vodka, my orange juice, and a little bit of syrup. If you're not alcoholic, you don't have to do it with alcohol or any vodka or any liquor. It's up to you. You can do it with regular juices and that's it. So it doesn't mean like if you're doing margarita you have to use the liquor or any alcoholic substance. So it's up to you what you want to use. But in here we already blended our our juice. And the final step I'll show you. So my final step is very easy peasy. So I like something kind of salty, and I never show you like I'm gonna be using my lemon. I already cut my lemon in half. So what I gotta do is I'll just use my lemon and just go through my grass and just smear a little bit of lemon on top of it, and I'll show you the next step. I already smeared some lemon on my grass, and because some people like something salty, for me I like something a little bit sugary. But if you want something salty, you can add a little bit of salt in this sugar. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll just dip in my grass in here and make sure the top get that sugar. So I'll just dip my grass in, and my grass gonna look just like this. I hope y'all can see it's already sticky because of that remonet. So the only final step is very easy. It's only to serve it, and I'll let you know how it really tastes. So my grass is already set to serve my margarita, so it's easy peasy, ready to be served. So I'll just open my blender and I'll just put my margarita in my grass. As you can see, this is a super wow. You can't even imagine how easy and how cool this is. So it's up to you to try this recipe. I like sharing. I know sharing is caring. So if I just stole some vodka from the cabinet of my husband and did this recipe for y'all, I hope you're gonna try this, and trust me, this Christmas it will be the super wow Christmas, and you will never forget about margarita. It's easy peasy, ready to be drunk, and you can drink it with your family, with your kids, anybody. But remember, if you're not alcoholic, please don't do this with alcohol. You can do it with sodas, with some juices. It's up to you, but you will still come up with margarita. Let's taste this. Heaven come down. You can't even taste that watermelon. The only thing you can taste there is, I can't even explain what you feel. So this is the thing. If you want this recipe, please let me know. Try this, do it, and let me know how you feel about it. So if I did this and I took some vodka from my husband's cabinet, so why not y'all? So I hope you're gonna try this. Thank y'all for watching, and see you at Shiru's Family Kitchen as I keep on drinking my margarita. Merry Christmas, and thank y'all so much, and thank y'all for watching. Try this before Christmas, or you can try it on a Christmas Eve. It's up to you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.